Hello, I'm Mike,
And I'm Vic.
and you're watching
Met
METS in
in Florida.
Florida. How's it going, Vic?
It's going pretty good. Hold on a second. Wait, do you hear that?
A little bit. What is that? Oh, I know this song. Oh, yes. That away. That's it. Yeah, baby. I'm upside down.
Yeah, a little 3D action.
Little what?
Little 3D action.
Yes. Oh, man. Gee, so what's the occasion for that? What's the occasion for that?
The New York Mets taking 2 from the New York Yankees at Citi Field.
2 out of 2, right? Like
2
a mini
out of
sweep,
2.
like a dustpan
little mini,
sweep.
little mini sweep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's
Lots
crazy.
to talk about.
Yeah, I'm very happy, very proud. Yeah, it's funny because like there were times where I felt we were beating them at their own game, which again, you see very much like the Braves, very home run reliant. They're a good team,
Yeah.
but you see how they're very home run reliant. Not that we don't need extra home runs, but we were still able to beat them with our own game.
Well, I think this series, I
So
mean, it's
weird.
a good barometer for the Mets. Number one, if you look at this, right, Yankees are a great team, just like Houston's a great
without
team.
a doubt. Yeah,
The Dodgers are a great team.
Yeah.
The Braves are a great team, and you want to see how you stack up against them. If you look at it, their lineup, they got more power up and down the lineup than we do.
Right.
Okay, ours makes more contact. And we haven't even been a complete team yet. We don't have a DH really.
All year we haven't been a complete
and
team.
our catching situation as far as hitters have been on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. Even with that, we're able to scratch runs. Okay. Their bullpen is deeper than ours, and we still got to them.
Yeah, it's true. We
Their
did.
numbers, yeah, their numbers are better than our reliever numbers. We got to them. Our closer, he's out of this world right now. He's pitching out of his world. So it kind of evens
Out of
up
his
a little
mind.
bit. You know,
He's doing his best Mariano impersonation.
yeah, that was one hell of a performance. And what can you say about if you look back at the 2 games? What can you say about Walker? Very gutsy performance, and Scherzer, this is why we got him.
He's been worth every penny.
Every penny. This guy is. You know, I'll go one when his contract is up and he's still pitching like this. Sign him up again. I would love to have this guy in the Mets organization when his playing days are over.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, talk about the right mindset that this guy has. It's unbelievable.
Because he's been even valuable in the dugout, off the field. He's been invaluable. And he is like, it's funny. I know he just surpassed his last start. He surpassed Bob Gibson in strikeouts. I'm thinking to myself, he is this generation's Bob Gibson.
Yeah.
The intimidation, the wanting to win, you know, not caring about the nonsense.
I just love the way he thinks out there.
His approach.
In that first, was it the first inning? Might have been the first inning when he gave up that long fly ball to Judge. It's almost like you saw him, you know, say to himself, "Okay, I'm not going to go there again." It's that's not how I'm going to get him out.
No.
I was like, and then he just changed the script and just kind of knew how to attack each hitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. And it was his birthday too. That's what's funny. It was a shame we couldn't get him a win for his birthday. But
I was so ticked seeing Peterson give up that home run. Not that Peterson is bad. I just don't think that's going from a Scherzer to a Peterson, a righty with that slider to a lefty with. I didn't think that was a good.
It's a different,
come in,
But you got to give credit to Seth Lugo. You have to.
Yes, he stepped up.
This was like his old self.
I was pins and needles when I saw him coming in. I was like, oh no, It's like, don't let this game get away, you know. But well, we had seen a lot of people, Yankee fans talking, and Met fans and everything. I want to take a different take on this. So it's like, yeah, I'm really happy. But the one thing I want to know, and let's see, do Yankee fans finally respect the Mets? Because we came in there respecting them. They had a great start to the season. I don't see the same thing back. And I'm curious. I was like, are you going to be Yankee fans like always and not give credit to anybody else but your team? Or you finally start to say, hey, guess what? You're not the only good team out there. There's a lot of other good teams. Give credit to where credit is due. That's the one thing that I've seen on most of the YouTubers and forums. It's like, oh man, it's like, the stuff that they're saying about like, oh, it was only a 2-game series and
Well,
it
I keep
wasn't a
hearing
big
these
deal.
games these games don't matter. These
Right.
games don't matter. Yeah, okay.
And we know for sure if we would have lost those 2 games, all we would have heard, it shows that we're the team of New York and we're the best team. And like I've said to you off air, no New York team owns New York. A third of the fans in New York are Met fans. A third of the fans are Yankee fans. The other third is whoever's winning.
Right.
Like, they're just going to be wishy-washy fans. They're
The
going to be
flip-floppers, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like no one
Swinging
ever really.
fans.
Yankee fans like to think they own New York, but they don't. And we saw that in the 80s that when they're both winning, yeah, that's not the case. So we already know that. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll respect us. Just like the players have shown mutual respect. The Yankees have shown the Met players respect, and the Met players have shown the Yankees players respect. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
That's
And
how it
this
should
was
be.
what made this series special too, is it was the first time in this Subway Series type history where both teams were in first place in their respective divisions. In the
Right,
past, we had been going for a wild card a lot of times,
right.
or even there were a couple times, like in 2006, I think the Yankees were going for a wild card. We were running away with the division. So the fact that we were both respectively in first place, we're both in the top 5, and our records are pretty close. And as of right now, the Yankees don't even have the best winning percentage in baseball anymore.
The Dodgers do, right?
The Dodgers do. I mean, a different amount of games, but
Yeah.
the point is, and I'm going to say this, and there'd been a lot of comparison with this Yankee team to 1998, which the 1998 Yankees were the best team I'd ever seen as far as doing everything, getting the job done from like wire to wire. This Yankee team, I don't see they're not on the level of that 98 team. I don't see it.
Well, those teams in the 90s, that was a deep lineup, and they were all grinders.
And it's like everyone in that lineup was either a Hall of Fame or a borderline Hall of Famer, almost.
Right. Yeah.
And then you have the quality role players. This is a good team, but yeah, I feel like they're missing some pieces as well. And they know it. That's the thing. They know they're missing pieces.
Well,
I
think we've seen it too. I mean, when we had to rely on Ottavino to go to get us, because we didn't have anyone else.
It just shows you how I guess my point I'm trying to make is we were pretty evenly matched. Forget what the records say. I think we were very evenly matched in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But they had their own game. We had our game.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we both have holes to fill.
Right.
And they showed in the series.
And the Yankees had just filled one of their holes, Benintendi, but that's how you say his name?
Benintendi.
Benintendi. And which
that had to have been in the works already, though.
Yeah, I had heard that name for weeks now.
Yeah.
Which is good because it takes them out of the Soto sweepstakes. So that's good.
I guess you could look at it that way, yeah.
Yeah. And now we have to see who else is lining up. Is it the Dodgers, even though the Dodgers need pitching? And I heard the Dodgers are going to be fighting with the Yankees for Castillo. And then you still have Frankie Montas out there.
Frankie Montas is out there. Castillo's out there. Yeah, man.
Yeah. What did you think about, I think it's a nice contingency plan that the Mets reached out about Otani.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the Angels connection with Billy Epler.
Yeah. But the only problem, just like we have the issue with the Nationals, because I am not going to pay more than other teams to get Soto. Soto is fantastic, but I'm not screwing myself over um, and not have anybody to come in, especially with some, Beatty now is doing what Alvarez was doing early in the year before the promotion. He's over 300. He's hitting with power. He's getting
doing
on
well.
base, and he's striking out less, and he's improved in his third base defense,
Yeah.
which is great. And we don't have to rush him.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he can spend, he's got to be promoted to AAA any day now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's about time, and then we have Vientos and Alvarez. I still think I like to see, regardless of who we pick up, whether it's again, I am not going to give the Chicago Cubs another great outfielder in Alex Ramirez after they already got Armstrong from us. I am
No,
not.
no,
going
no.
to do
They're not gonna. I don't think they're
Yeah.
gonna do that.
So I am still hoping about Alvarez getting hot and bringing
Yeah.
him up sometime in August. It's something about seeing a young player that you develop do well.
Oh, it's yeah, no. And
You
then
know?
and then when they become part of a lineup that has that's going in consistently in the playoffs runs,
Right.
and to watch them do that, yeah, that is pretty amazing.
And here's the other thing about Soto. I love Soto, great player, Otani, great player. But you know what? You and I really, 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 really want? I really want the Mets to develop a Soto. A
Oh,
guy
wow.
that's ours. That is, we
Yeah.
developed him from the get-go, and he is the best player in baseball.
Yeah.
We've had most hype player. The closest I think we would say is probably Strawberry.
Strawberry. That's the
was
first one that
number
came to mind.
Yeah, he was probably the first, and then the best pitcher we had at the same time when Gooden.
Oh,
And-
Gooden
and-
was off the charts.
Right. So
I mean,
since then, the nearest, I would say David Wright.
oh, without a doubt.
He was the best third baseman during
David
his
Wright
time.
could have been a Hall of Famer
Yeah.
if he was,
I'm still holding out hope that, considering, when you look at it, maybe down the road, who knows?
Oh, with him
Someday.
going in?
Yeah. You never
Yeah.
know. I mean, he
mean,
was right there.
He
was
had a raw
dominant.
deal.
Yeah, he was dominant. I mean, we could say, similar to Mattingly without the MVP.
Right. Yeah. No, he was a very solid player. Yeah, man. I mean, it's really exciting. Yeah, I'd love to develop, but again, I still believe unless he goes to the Dodgers or the Yankees, I think we have a good shot of landing him in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think
I still, a part of me almost still feels it's, I don't want to say destiny because that sounds bad, but I almost feel like it's still very possible that he winds up in a Mets uniform, but under different circumstances.
and here's the thing that's really interesting. We might be in a position where we can pick and choose. And if they're both reach free agency, Shoney and also Soto, I think the front office is going to be divided. How can you not be? It's like you either get Soto when you lock him up for 10 plus years, and does he give you the best chance to win another, or do you get a 2-for-1? They're both, here's the thing, they're both generational talents.
Right. But they are
We
5
haven't
years.
seen
The other
it.
thing is they're 5 years apart in age. So you got to take that
But
into consideration.
then it also puts you along it puts you in that, how they said they didn't want to lock up people for a long time unless special circumstances, meaning like our own players or, young players like that. It still allows you to add down the road
Yeah.
when you got a two-way player. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where Otani, let's say if one or the other starts to falter, let's say he's not the same pitcher that he was, he's your full-time DH. His career can extend a long time.
That's true.
Past his pitching.
Right.
So that's not to mention, the Epler connection. That's why I was saying with Epler being the one who brought him in, I can see them being
Plus, you could
torn.
stick it to Artie Moreno.
Yeah, that's why I don't see a trade happening unless they try to rob us, just like the Nationals.
No.
Because Moreno, we already know, voted against Cohen. And he's not going to want to see Ohtani come to
No.
us. If anything, he would deal with the Yankees just to screw us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if it's the same league, he would do it.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
And we already know Artie Moreno is not gonna listen to the advice of other people saying, "No, it's better to get him in the other league." He won't listen to that.
No, he's stubborn. He's stubborn.
Yeah.
He's stubborn.
The one good thing about Ohtani is he won't be traded to the Dodgers. That's the one thing.
That's a good point.
He won't be traded to the Dodgers because they're in the same city.
Same city. That would be weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why
not
a
gonna
part
do
of me is not crazy about getting Aaron Judge. I'm not going to lie. I feel like,
it's like great player, but yeah, I'm afraid.
I don't
I'm
want
afraid
that crossover.
Yeah.
We could do it. We could do it without. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. A part of me was still leaning towards Soto overall, but either way, we're going to be in a good position, I think. It's a question. Would you rather have Babe Ruth or Ted Williams? That's basically what you're asking yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ted Williams without the military service, where he played a full career.
Now, the only thing with Soto that I'm not that familiar with is how is his defensive metrics. I mean, I haven't seen enough of him as far as defense.
You don't really hear much about it, no.
Yeah, and how is his speed? Is he?
I think he's average.
Average speed, right?
Yeah, he's slightly above, but nothing like spectacular.
Yeah, the way I look at it, if we didn't get Soto, we can do a lot worse than getting Ohtani.
Oh, of course.
You get a pitcher.
We're good either way.
We get a pitcher. We get he does look. I did hear that Ohtani looks up to DeGrom. And you got a guy who could hit behind Pete, which would scare the bejesus out of everybody.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're both good fits. I mean, I think I again, those big three, Soto, Ohtani, and Judge. We're going to get one of them. I believe one of them is going to be a Met.
Now, the thing with Ohtani is, I don't know. The Angels are really weird. Like, they never know what they're.
They're so weird.
Very similar to.
By the way, speaking of David Wright, you hear what's going on with Mike Trout? People are starting to.
That was my point.
I hope that's not the case with him.
That was my point. I mean, it's not what David Wright had or with Mattingly had, but it's back related, and that might put a monkey wrench in them trying.
Remember who had that? Another guy who had a condition with us. Remember Rico Bronya?
Right.
He had a similar situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once it gets to that point, it's, I know he's I'm sure he's gonna play, but how much will he play?
Yeah,
that's really so that changes it now.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case with Trout and they're trying to put a good spin on it, you can't afford to trade Ohtani. Because then you would lose two of your biggest stars. You already know that the writing's on the wall now with Trout, that he's gonna still be great, but he's not going to be a guy who's going to be playing every year. I mean, every game. You're going to have to really give him his rest. So it's like, I don't know what they do. It's like, hey, keep Ohtani one more year and try to win it, and if it doesn't, then they either going to do one or two things, either going to give him a big offer or trade him. And if he gets traded with a year left on it, the cost would be less, which also gives us another year of development in our minor leaguers.
Right.
And I did look, I think we have until August 1st to sign our draft picks. We've signed a few, but we haven't signed on number one yet.
No, I noticed that.
I'm like, okay, come on. Don't leave it to the last moment, please. We can't. because I think we face penalties if we don't sign our number one 2 years in a row. I believe there's penalties attached to it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We
so
don't need that nonsense.
Yeah. So we have to sign him. We can't not sign him. So.
On a side note, as far as players go that are from on other teams, I know we're kind of going off the topic, but we have the big three: you have Soto, Ohtani, and Judge. But there's actually a guy that intrigues me on the fringe more than Judge. Definitely more than Judge. That's Rafael Devers of the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I mean, something to think about for the future. But the
Yeah.
Red Sox are probably going to lock him up. But
I think so. They can't.
if they
can't
don't,
afford it.
that's a guy you consider too. You know,
Yeah.
third base.
I'm not sure how good of a third baseman he is.
Well, he's got great offensive numbers, though.
I wonder if he's athletic enough to be a left fielder.
Could be. I don't know.
I mean,
But that's interesting.
That's something to consider.
But as far as getting back to the Subway Series, I know we got 2 more games with them next month. And like I said, I was glad that we had these games in Citi Field because we don't have our hitters yet.
Right.
We were able to play more of our game, where next time we're going to have a little more power.
Yep.
I love what Gary said.
The fly ball.
Oh my God.
When he's like, that's a fly out. He goes, that's a home run in Yankee Stadium, but fly out here.
Sometimes he'll say Yankee Stadium special. Like he lets you know.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it. He's just saying the truth.
Yeah.
I love it.
I really want to see Vogel back, put one in the upper deck in Yankee Stadium.
He will.
When we see them.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Yankee Stadium, you mean? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Hey, he's done his job. He got on base 3 times yesterday.
Yeah.
He's as advertised.
Yeah, he's a good hitter. He's a good
hitter. Good.
And all this talk about flipping him, I don't want to flip him because we still need that good lefty hitter coming off the bench.
No, he give us some depth. Yeah,
Yep.
no, we're not going to flip him. I don't want to flip him anymore. I never really wanted to flip him.
Not me either.
No. But again, very encouraging signs. I was really, and I was glad, even though we lost the series to the Padres, that we went into this series with a win. Because to me, that matters. I don't know why the momentum. I was very good performance all around.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they did. The Mets did us fans proud.
Yes, they did. And even though Buck to put in Peterson, okay, but as far as managing goes, we probably have the best manager in baseball. It's just like. But
you know what? When I looked at this situation, we can't bring Peterson.
Oh, that was the one. Yeah, that was the one thing that couldn't.
That was
now we know.
Yeah, we had to do it, and now you see he ain't a late inning guy.
I mean, if Peterson just gives up a home run to who's a Glaber, that's fine, but you can't walk the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, he walked the leadoff guy. Probably wasn't warmed up enough, and to me, it's he's just not. I don't know what you do with him, really.
No, but Buck definitely managed these games like they were. It did feel like playoff atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm glad he did. I hate it when you get somebody managing and saying, "Oh, I got to think about the next game after this." I'm like, so you're going to lose a game to win another game? No.
And I'm going to tell you, speaking of respect to the Yankees, a part of me feels really sorry for Joey Gallo. I feel like he's a whipping boy. Like he gets beat up. I know he doesn't perform well there. Why are you pinching hitting Joey Gallo? And I understand that. First of all, give us some credit, number one. Number two, the guy could still hit one. He's done it before.
Right.
All he wants to do is get out of there. He's gone through a lot of ridicule.
Here's the thing: is when I was hearing all this stuff about the Yankees left so many people on base and they had their chances, and it's almost like they lost. They didn't get beat. They lost.
We don't get the credit.
Them.
Right.
They don't give the credit. And I've seen some.
This is what I'm talking about.
Some sportscasters too that have their Yankee shirt underneath their suit. that it was like, come on, just call it fair. I was like, you know what? I was like, they got it. How about looking at it this way? They got some hits off of really tough pitching. Okay. But when it mattered, he buckled down and he got by him. And that's what all great pitchers do. It's like, that's all he did. He
I
buckled
mean, you talk
down.
about the announcers. Look, I like Carl Ravitch in a vacuum. I like certain, but when Marte got the game-winning hit last night, yes, it was an okay call. But I'm thinking to myself, it's lacking.
Yeah.
Like it was a walk-off hit
Yeah. Oh,
in
yeah.
a Subway Series game. Where's that? You know.
Yeah. You don't get, that's why I really don't watch it there. I'd rather watch with
I'm
the
so
sound
annoyed
off.
we couldn't get Garrett. We couldn't hear our guys doing it.
Yeah.
I want to find Howie Rose's call. That's the one I want to find.
Oh, I did hear that one.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
It's always good.
Hey, anything that we have sounds so much better than the obnoxious, the Yankees win.
Well, that's why I wanted to.
God, that is the most obnoxious call in radio.
Oh my
It really
God.
is. Only Yankee fans are like, if they want to know why they're not liked, there's an example right there.
I gotcha.
That obnoxious type of winning.
There
You
is
can be
something.
happy, you can be excited. Great. That's great. But that's just obnoxious.
Yeah.
You know, a Stuntonian home run.
Yes.
You know, here comes the judge.
It's Glaber Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. It's so.
Look, I respect John Sterling's longevity, and he still has good pipes. And who wouldn't we all want to be doing that
Right.
into our 80s? God bless him. But I know what you're saying. It's like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah. I'm like, oh.
Michael K, though, he's another one. No disrespect, but oh man, I'm like, and then sometimes he would throw shade at our booth, like, oh, Keith stepped on Gary, and
Oh, yeah. I've heard that. I'm like,
and
geez,
Gary
really?
kind of said in his own way, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's Yankees.
a lot of haterade.
Exactly.
A lot of haterade, I feel.
Yeah. But
That's
hey,
the one thing.
we took it to them.
Yes. But I got to say, though, one more thing. We may not have the winning history the Yankees do, but when it comes to broadcasting, we are the Yankees of the broadcast booth.
Yes, we are. We got the best announcers, top to bottom. There is no other that compares.
Right.
Maybe the Dodgers close, but that's about it.
Well, Vince Scully's.
Yeah.
As an individual, Vince Scully will always be number one.
Yeah.
But as far as the booth goes,
yeah.
No.
Our guys call it down the middle.
No
with
comparison.
With the proper excitement.
They always have. All our guys have.
All the time.
Yeah, radio, TV.
Yeah.
Even Bob Murphy, as optimistic and pleasant as he could be, he could give it to you once in a while.
Yeah.
Like
in other words, our announcers don't call the games with Mets colored glasses.
No.
And
but you could tell they have a love for the Mets.
They love for the Mets, but they don't just, automatically side with them when it's no.
It's like you're chill. You love your child, but you're also going to tell them when they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with our announcers. They're wonderful.
So now we have a day off. Let's see what juicy rumors we come up with, and we can come back and discuss what we have heard.
Yeah, because now we have 5 days left, 4 days. Yeah, 5 days left.
Yep.
It's going to be really crazy. And I'm just enjoying the afterglow of for a little while.
Me
But
too.
see, typical letdown series though. We got the Marlins now, and you know what a pain in the butt they could be.
Yeah.
I want them to carry this into that series.
But like we always say, respect
all teams.
All teams.
Because a team is only as good as they are that day. It doesn't matter what the standings say.
Yeah.
Right.
So until we meet up again.
Yeah, we'll have to maybe we'll do a review the Marlins series and whatever trades may have happened.
And before we sign off, everyone like and subscribe.
Yes, please do.
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets, baby.
And
Always upside down. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Love it.
On that note, I will see you soon. Thanks again, everybody. Vic, take care.
All right. Till next time.
See you later.
Let's go
Bye-bye.
Mets.
Let's go Mets.